Hi, everyone. Dr. Stephanie D. Burrows. Listen, this particular video is not for public consumption. Okay, this is for the group and particularly for Dell. So I don't know if any of you were around back in the day. Probably Charles, you might remember because of your musical background. But remember that song? It was I. You beat us to the punch, or you beat me to the punch. So I'm flipping that around. We beat you to the punch. This time, Dell, we beat you to the punch. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we beat you to the punch, Dell, because I remember when you said at one point you were going to pair us up with one another for accountability. And something happened this evening that was just absolutely beautiful and unbelievable because I never would have thought at the beginning of the day it was going to happen. One of our teammates reached out for some help, asking online for some help getting your videos. And I responded to her. Well, in the process of being able to send this to her, we went through many different changes and challenges. And I was able to finally find a solution that worked with her help in providing me with a way in which to get it to her because the traditional way wasn't working, the WeTransfer, I mean, you name it, I was going through it. And I said, well, what about this? And what about that? And finally, I was able to get it to her. That transpired into me sharing a bunch of stuff with her that she was so on point with, so much wanting that information, so much wanting to see it. We're both pretty much there were so many similarities that it was just incredible of what was going on there. It was awesome. And a lot of it was technical stuff, and so I was able to work her through and explain things, and I just was enjoying the connection because this was our first time really having this sort of a connection and really, just spending time talking to one another, even though she was getting the good end of the stick, like getting to have her dinner and clean up and do this, that, and the other, while I was on this computer toy, like really, really pounding it out to make sure I got her the information that she needed and was able to receive based on some of her current technology challenges, which she is about to overcome very, very soon. So I just want to say, it was an awesome pairing, and we did it on our own. And that was none other than Miss Amacita. First of all, I'm proud of you because I put you through some paces too, and I wouldn't let you off the hook. And you went ahead and you did what needed to be done to make it so. Even when it seemed like this just isn't working, we got it to work, and you got everything that I sent you, and not only that, but so much more in terms of some other resources that I shared with you. And we got to share with one another on background and what have you. And oh my gosh, it was such a wonderful coming together and wonderful connection that I never would have even thought was going to happen this day. But I know that in the morning before I get up, I always have this thing that I learned to say, and it has been true. And that is something great is going to happen to me and through me today. Amacita, I hope that you enjoyed the connection as much as I do. And I just want to thank you for trusting me. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. We beat you to the punch, Dell. That's right. I said it. God bless each and every one of you. Because just like what happened with Amacita and I today, there was so much light. Oh my gosh, there was so much light. So the light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste.